When we interviewed Kenneth Copeland, we had some questions we wanted to ask him about his private jet use. He got really angry at me. He flirted with me. He tried a couple of different tactics.
Comments.
Give me a chance here, Inside Edition. I love your eyes.
People that fly commercial are demons.
If you give me a chance to talk, sweetheart, I'll explain this to you. And I have a lot of natural gas on our property. Didn't know that, did you, babe?
Now I do.
Yeah, you do. Isn't that wonderful?
Well, I guess. Thank you so much for your time
What's your
today.
name?
Lisa Guerrero.
Lisa, God bless. Father, bless Lisa today. Thank you for her grandparents. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to know her and to her team. And I pray and I believe her piece will be successful. I love Inside Edition. I love the people on it. And it thrills me to get a chance to have my face on Inside Edition.
Thank you very much,
you,
Reverend.
girl.
You have a nice day.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, this is Ted. Today I'm going to be asking the question right off the bat because I want to get this out of the way with. Was Kenneth Copeland flirty fishing when he was attacked by a reporter from Inside Edition and when the Lord told him to go ahead and talk to her? No, he was not flirty fishing. I don't know if he even knows what that is. I will explain to you what it is, and you'll see, no, he wasn't doing that. Even though this came to my mind because he's flirting with her. And not only is he flirting with her, he now is telling us that he's preaching the gospel on Inside Edition.
I had an opportunity right there on Inside Edition to talk about Abraham and his wealth, to talk about the curse of poverty at all, and it just went out everywhere because I own a big airplane.
So, of course, my mind goes, flirty fishing. He did not. So I want to clear his name on that. Although I will not clear his name about publicly flirting with a reporter. Come on. All right, so what is flirty fishing? Flirty fishing was designed by David Berg. David Berg was in charge of a group called the Children of God. He was the one who got the whole thing going, reaching hippies in California, bringing them into a group and bringing them into a commune. There were a lot of communes back then. I was actually in one of them. Not full-time, but I would occasionally. I was in the service, and occasionally I'd go visit this group on Wednesday nights for Bible study. Nice group, really fun people. But they had this commune, because that was the thing to do back in the 60s and 70s, is have these Jesus communes. And David Berg had one, and he turned his commune into a cult. One of the worst ones. That's another story. But one of his designs was a way to evangelize called flirty fishing. And in flirty fishing, you get the women in the group to go out, have sex with people, with guys, and bring them into the fold. So they witness, telling them all about Jesus during perhaps, but probably before and after having sex with them.
In 1973, Berg introduced a practice he calls flirty fishing. His older daughter, Deborah, who left the cult in the late 70s, explains the term.
Well, Dad got the terminology from fishing, what Jesus said in the Bible, to go out and fish for men. And so she was going to use the women to fish for the men, to bring them into the kingdom of God through flirting. Only the flirting was more than flirting. It was actually, religious prostitution. My dad was just an evil personality that was not hearing from God at all. I had to quit looking at him as the man as my father, but as a leader of a worldwide movement who was destroying people's lives.
It was, according to the group, extremely effective. 1 in 8 of the people who were flirty fished 1 in 8 committed their lives to Christ. Now, considering the numbers are high, some would say 200,000 were flirty fished. Some would say 500,000. The group believes it was 500,000. Now, eventually, after I think about 13 years of this kind of stuff, the flirty fishing, because of persecution coming from without, they decided no longer to do flirty fishing officially. All right, so that's flirty fishing. I did want to bring out one other thing, though, because as I'm reading through a lot of this material and as I'm going through different videos and stuff, I read something very interesting. Jack Chick. Do you guys know Jack Chick? He designed, he drew these comic book little pamphlets, and they're called Chick Tracts. And they were published in multitudes of them. And I remember passing out Chick Tracts as a young Christian to different people. And I was never that impressed with the Chick Tracts, but they were a great tool for beginning conversation. What's this? Oh, it's all about Jesus. Okay, it got really conversation. Back then, this type of conversation was pretty, very successful. Turns out that Jack Chick influenced David Berg, because in David Berg's group, they began to gather 20 different artists, and they put out tens of thousands of books, not books, but magazines and pamphlets and stuff for reaching people for Christ, well, for the children of God, it turns out, ultimately, but also for training their own people how to flirty fish and how to feel good about it, realizing you're doing God a service. So that's pretty much what it is. It's very graphic. It's downright pornographic. Back to the main question. So you can see the difference between flirty fishing and just flirting and thinking you're witnessing. Oh, anyway, this is Ted. You all have a good one.